this is Danny.
Hey, this is John.
This is Larry.
And this is Chris.
And we're the characters. Thanks a lot, Mickey. This is Danny from the characters, and I'd like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. 1987 was such a fun year for us.
Lots of fun.
Did some recording out in Hawaii, and I'd just like to pass you over to John because he'd like to thank you for some things in 1987.
Thank you, everyone. I'd just like to take this supreme opportunity to say happy holidays to everyone, and thank you for all coming down to the shows and being very supportive throughout the year.
And supporting us.
Yes, Larry.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for all the nice things they sent down, and I'd like to thank the monkeys for letting us appear in their video.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Merry Christmas. I'd like to also thank everyone for making us feel right at home wherever we were.
We were home.
Wait, I didn't really feel at home in that one place. I felt more like in Rome.
I don't know.
Wait, weren't we in Rome when we were there?
No, we weren't there.
No, we weren't there.
Thanks for all the cards and letters and the birthday presents. Thank you very much. And we hope that 1987 was a great year for you, and 1988 should be a better year. Our story opens on a freezing cold day in December.
My feet are really cold here.
I hope his house is coming up.
We've been out here for hours.
I wish I had some gloves on or something. I see a house up on the hill with a chimney up there. Maybe that might be his house. I'll knock on the door. Let's see.
What's happening?
Are you Rodney Bingenheimer?
Yeah, just slip the tape to the mail slot to the door.
No, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. We're the characters.
The characters? I was just listening to you guys.
Can we come in for a minute, Rodney? It's really cold.
Well, sure, come on in.
All right, yeah. Oh, Rodney, what's going on?
It's great.
Hey, sit down. Want some hot chocolate?
Yeah, hot chocolate.
Some iced tea?
Iced tea. It's a little cold for iced tea, but I'll have some hot chocolate.
Hey,
Okay, I'm having some iced tea.
thanks a lot, man.
Listen, do you know Santa Claus, Rodney?
I know everybody.
Man, listen, do you think he could get me a new Gibson guitar?
A Gibson guitar?
All right, I want to Phil Spector, greatest hits on CD.
Hey, that's coming out in March on Rhino.
Yeah, how about a 24-track studio?
And some pots and pans.
Pots and pans?
Can I have Gumby and Pokey?
Gumby and
I need a new
Pokey?
snare drum.
How about that Samantha
There-
Fox picture?
Hey, I can dig that.
And some new Beatles boots.
Yeah.
And a Marilyn Monroe book.
Which one?
I want a moped.
I want a Mr. Potato Head.
And a new monkey movie.
Hey,
I want a big teddy bear, a real big one.
Oh, some taco toys.
I want a leather jacket.
with fringe?
Yeah,
And some
yeah.
helicopter blades.
And some Beatles CDs and Monkey
All right.
CDs.
Want
Yeah.
some cookies.
How about an Ann B. Davis poster?
And everyday posters that they made.
I don't know if they
Yeah,
make
that's
those
great.
Andy Davis
I don't
posters.
know.
I want a Jonathan Hester cookie.
How about that Nesmith tune?
I want some
Which one?
geckos. I could use those.
All right, yeah, Andrew Lee's
Wait, silence! I demand silence!
You go in the tank.
Tank goes in the water. Sharks in the water.
Good night, ladies.
Good evening and welcome to the Originality Program. I'm your host, Permanent Smile. Tonight's contestants are Bolivian Siamese twins joined at the umbilical cord, and they're going to do for us a little impromptu dance of joy. Go ahead, kids. No, I'm sorry, you lose. For originality, a 0. For performance, a 0. For talent, a 0. Future, a 0. You're a complete loser. Get off the show. Get off the program. Get off the show. Get out.
Chip Douglas is in the group.
Yeah, you might want to try that Nesmith tune.
Hey, Chip just produced the characters
What would you do?
take here.
Kind of busy right now.
And what would you do if you had a Kanakoya?
What is this?
What would you do if you had a Kanakoya?
Whatever, bring up the band.
And what would you do if you had a Kanakoya?
I want to tell ya.
And what would you do if you had a Kanakoya?
Oh no.
Oh no, what would you do if you had a Kanakoya?
It's Totalicious.
And what would you do if you had a Kanakoya?
Mr. Green.
Mr. Green, what would you do if you had a Kanakoya?
Yeah, the guy's a big music fan.
Then you heard the characters, the actual characters doing Just Want You, and they're doing their Christmas tape now, and they're going to send that out to all the fans, and a lot of surprises coming up for the characters, so get ready. You never know what they're going to have to do next.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the
And this is Tony, could you say hi to Danny Solazzi from the Characters? And they've sent me here a Characters fanzine in the post. And sent Danny lots and lots of love from Alison on his 24th birthday. And also well done to the rest of the band, Chris, Larry and John.
You go in the tub. Soap's in the tub. Soap goes up your good
Well, bands, what caught my eye was that they include the audience. Now, a lot of bands don't do that today. They'll get down in the audience and the girls are fainting at Danny's feet, who's the lead singer. If they didn't do that, I don't think I'd like them as much.
Leonard the lizard, Leonard the lizard, Leonard the lizard.
And that's Amby Davis on acid doing Leonard the Lizard on CD. Coming up next is the Hesters doing Won't You Have a Bite of My Cookie?
1, 2, 3. How'd you like to have a bite of my cookie? How'd you like to have a bite of my cookie? Cookie, 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 cookie. Harry Nilsson, have a bite of my cookie. My name is Edwin DeShazo.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the You're Nervous program.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
You're nervous.
I am not nervous.
You're definitely nervous.
You're nervous.
You're nervous.
You're definitely
You're
nervous.
more nervous
You're
than I am.
absolutely nervous.
I can't believe it. I can't believe you're so nervous.
You are so nervous, it's unbelievable.
Even when you're sleeping, you're nervous.
Well, you're always nervous,
Like,
all the time.
Even if you were dead, you'd still be
Well,
nervous.
You're still nervous.
Oh,
You're always nervous.
You're so... Larry, you're so nervous, I can't believe
Look,
it.
You're nervous, and that's all there is to
No,
it. You are nervous.
Right now, you're nervous.
No,
you're all tense
being
and
nervous. You are nervous.
Look, we're all
You're
nervous.
Yeah, the guy's a big music fan.
What would you do if you had a can of Cola?
I think I'm hungry.
Oh, very good. What would you do if you had a can of Cola?
Yeah, you might want to try that Nesmith tune.
What would you do if you had a can of Cola?
All right, you're all fired.
What would you do if you had a can of Cola?
It's economical.
And what would you do if you had a can of Cola?
Tahini, teeny.
Tahiti. What would you do if you had a can of Cola?
Foul remover.
And what would you do if you had a can of Cola?
That's stupid on Sunset.
You go in the forest.
Oh, there's a tree in the forest. Tree goes in your
Good night, lady.
No, you're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
You are so stupid.
You're stupid.
You are the stupidest.
You're definitely stupid.
You're always
stupid on Sunset.
You're always stupid. You're stupid in California.
Well, you're stupid in the whole United States of America.
You're stupid in the whole world.
You're definitely stupid and nervous.
Everywhere you're stupid.
In the whole universe, all your descendants and ancestors, you're stupid and nervous.
You're always stupid because you're stupid.
Oh, shut up. It's the worst day of the year.
What would you do if you had a can of Cola?
Well, not that I know of.
And what would you do if you had a can of Cola?
Is that Amby Davis poster?
Ooh, I hope so. And what would you do if you had a can of Cola?
Maxilla, Mr. Smarty Pants.
And what would you do if you had a can of Cola?
Well, I wrote a book about it once.
Oh, I hope I read that book too. And what would you do if you had a can of Cola?
I have some in-crowd crackers.
What would you do if you had a can of Goya?
It's delicious.
And what would you do if you had a can of Goya?
Oh, an excellent view.
And what would you do if you had a can of Goya?
It's that root beer damage.
And what would you do if you had a can of pencil?
It's cheaper that way.
And what would you do if you had a can of Goya?
Your.
What would you do if you had a can of Goya? What would you do if you had a can of Goya?
Stop saying that. 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 Stop saying that.
Oh, no, you shut up.
You shut up.
No, you shut up. No, you shut up.
Shut up.
You shut
Mr.
up.
Smarty Pants, you shut up.
No, you shut up.
No, you shut up.
No, you shut up.
You shut up.
No, you
shut up. No, you shut up. You shut up. You shut up. You shut up. No, you shut up. You shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You shut up.
No, you shut up.
No, you shut
Now
up.
you shut up. Now you shut up.
You shut up.
No, you shut
No,
up.
you shut up.
Dan,
Shut
shut
No,
up.
you shut up.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Now you
No,
shut
you
up.
shut up.
Now you shut up.
You shut up.
Now you shut up.
You shut up.
Now you shut up.
You shut up.
Hey, you
You're
shut up.
stupid and you're nervous and shut up.
You're stupid, nervous, and shut up.
I just said that.
We now take you to the ground round on Route 22, where the Chinsters are performing I'll Be Cheap for Christmas.
1, 2, 3, chins. I'll be cheap for Christmas. So please don't count on me. Don't count on me because I'm really cheap. Oh, I'll be cheap for Christmas. And you won't get any presents from me. kind of cheap right now.
Kind of cheap. Oh.
Leonard the Lizard, Leonard the Lizard, Leonard the Lizard.
And that's Ambi Davis on acid on CD doing Leonard the Lizard. Coming up next, I got something brand new on CD, is the Hesters doing... I like to have a... God. Let's do one more.
Wait, all right, hold on. Sorry, wait, I'm sorry. All right. Don't worry, wait, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. All right, here we go.
Leonard the Lizard, Leonard the Lizard, Leonard the Lizard.
And that's Leonard the Lizard, done by Ambi Davis on acid on CD. Coming up next is the Hesters doing Won't You Have a Bite of My Cookie?
The 1987 Fan Club Christmas cassette was recorded November the 27th and December the 2nd, 1987 at Paramount Studios, Studio B, Hollywood, California. On November the 27th, 1987, the characters recorded This Could Be the Night, a song originally recorded by the Modern Folk Quartet, featuring Chip Douglas, who produced the characters earlier in the year, and Henry Diltz, who sang the song and is a famous rock photographer. He took the back cover of the early characters and the characters' self-titled debut album. The song was written by Harry Nilsson and was originally produced by Phil Spector. Rodney Bingenheimer asked the characters to back Henry up on a new version of This Could Be the Night for his Best of Rodney on the Rock CD. Harry Nilsson came down to the session and sang a bit too. The characters recorded Frosty the Snowman at the end of this session and did most of the skits on December the 2nd, 1987. The characters visit Rodney from the 1987 Christmas tape is featured on Rodney Bingenheimer's compilation CD, Santa's Got a GTO, Rodney on the Rock's Favourite Christmas Tunes, and released on Dionysus Records in 1997. It also featured on the LP Rodney on the Rock presents Santa's Got a GTO Volume 2 in 2017 on Gearhead Records. Rodney Bingenheimer has been closing his Christmas show with this track every year since the 1980s. Frosty the Snowman, with the obligatory shouting phrases during the solo, is the only song featured on this year, unless you count the Hesters' How'd You Like a Bite of My Cookie, the Chinsters' I'll Be Cheap for Christmas, and Ambi Davis on acid performing Leonard the Lizard.
The You're Nervous program, that was a thing between Danny and Larry, but yeah, Larry is definitely a nervous guy.
Yeah, I'm not nervous. For some reason, Danny thought I was always nervous. Of course, he was way off base on that, which I never was. But going back and forth with that, kind of with the shut up kind of theme, you know, saying that I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous.
Yeah, you're nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Oh, you're very nervous.
I am not nervous.
Nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Larry, you're nervous.
Shouting phrases over the solos in the guitar parts of the early Christmas tapes. That was something we just wanted to do because we had so many in-crowd jokes that we wanted to say, and we couldn't fit them in all the skits, so we just decided to, just yell them out during the solos, and it's amazing that other groups didn't pick up on that because it was kind of groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah, the shouting over the solos on the Christmas songs, those were all like our little in-jokes.
Yeah, just a little fun we were having there during the lead solos of several songs. We would just scream out some of our own personal catchphrases that only really have meaning to us and nobody else, but they're true to our hearts and quite funny when we go back and take a listen to them.
And they kept shouting things over the guitar playing and the solos and stuff, and I don't know, somehow that trend never caught on.
You Go in the Tank. Yeah, that's an old one. The movie Jaws from the mid-70s had a line that Captain Quint had said to Matt Hooper, and said that you go in the tank, and tank goes in the water, shark goes in the water. And that was a little bit of a skit that we came up with, several different meanings to that. To this day, I'm still not sure what it is, but pretty funny.
You Go in the Tank, that was a guy who was running one of the Monkees conventions that we played at, and he looked like Quint from Jaws. So I used to say when he wasn't really listening, when he wasn't close enough to hear me, you go in the tank, shark's in the tank, shark goes in the water. Good night, ladies. Actually, they sang a different song, but we couldn't remember it at the time.
You Go in the Tank. That was some guy we knew who looked like the guy from Jaws, the owner of the boat that went out to go get Jaws. I don't know what that guy's name is, but anyway, the guy that goes, you go in the tank, tank goes in the water, sharks in the water. The guy that said that, we knew a guy that looked like that.
The Gorn. Yeah, that was an episode of Star Trek that in this episode, Captain Kirk was battling an alien that was named the Gorn, and one of the traits of the alien was that it breathed very heavily, and it was something that was very noticeable during the segment. And there was one day that we were driving around in Los Angeles, and Chris was in the back seat, and he was leaning forward maybe to change the radio station or to see something out of the front window, and he was breathing heavily on the back of my neck, and I felt it. And I said, Chris, sit back, you're breathing on me, and you sound like the Gorn from Star Trek. Well, all Danny needed to hear was that, and he ran with it, and that just stuck. And still goes on to this day.
The Gorn. We were driving along in the van, and Chris was breathing down the back of Larry's neck, and Larry started yelling at him that, stop breathing down my neck, you're like the Gorn. I didn't know what the Gorn was because at the time I wasn't really watching Star Trek, but then when I did see that episode, I was like, yes, totally, 100% the Gorn.
Yeah, that was just something me and Danny would just keep bothering each other about, each of us telling each other to shut up whenever we felt it was vital to do. You shut up.
You shut up.
No, you shut up.
Shut up.
Just shut up.
No, you shut up.
No, you shut up.
Both of you shut up.
Yeah, Goya. That was a reference to a commercial from years ago. The tagline in the commercial was, "What would you do for a can of Goya?" We actually knew somebody, a woman, that resembled the actress in the commercial. So that was just a line that we borrowed from the commercial and used quite often. What would you do for a can of Goya?
Goya. The thing about the Goya thing was we knew somebody that looked like the lady in the commercial, which was no big deal. She just said in the commercial, what would you do if you had a can of Goya? You could do a lot with a can of Goya. But it gave us an excuse to throw our other catchphrases in, because it would be like, what would you do with a can of Goya? And then it would say, it's delicious. And that was one of our things. And so we liked to do things that we were able to just bring in some of our other wackiness on that didn't really have to line up in any way. But so that was, you could do a lot with a can of Goya.
The Harry Nilsson story, that was, Danny and I were on Sunset Boulevard, kind of on the seedier side, end of Sunset Boulevard. We were going to an Italian restaurant, can't remember the name of the restaurant, but we were going to meet Rodney Bingenheimer to talk some stuff. So anyway, we're walking on Sunset Boulevard, and this nice-looking preppy guy kind of comes up to both of us and says, give me your money. And we just kind of laughed it off. And then he says it again, but he says it like really with a lot of anger. And then he looks like he's going to pull out like a gun or a knife. So Danny and I just take off. And this guy starts chasing us. Anyway, we take off. We end up losing him, but we're like in this alleyway that ends by this high fence. But right on the other side of this high fence is the restaurant where we we're heading to. And so Dan and I climb up this high fence. We're climbing back the other side. And as we're climbing down the other side, this guy's going, all right, you got it. Come on. You guys got it. Come on. Let's go. You got it. And when we get down off the fence, this guy goes, what's going on? And we said, we think we almost got mugged on Sunset Boulevard. We didn't know whether this guy had a knife or a gun. And he goes, really? You think he might have had a gun? Anyway, Danny says to this guy, aren't you Harry Nilsson? And he says, I used to be. Anyway, it really was Harry Nilsson. And we said to him, tomorrow we're going to see you. We're doing one of your songs called This Could Be the Night. And Henry's going to be singing it. The characters are going to be backing Henry up. So that's the Harry Nilsson story. Then we saw him the next night.
Leonard the Lizard is a reference to a Woody Allen movie called Zelig, and I thought that movie was hilarious, and so we wanted to incorporate it in some of the skits, and Leonard the Lizard winds up in quite a few things, a couple years in a row.
So as part of the character's Christmas skit, they wanted to do a character called Leonard the Lizard, or Larry the Lizard, no, it's Leonard the Lizard, Lenny the Lizard, and he had this really high-pitched voice. We attempted to do the chipmunk effect, where you slow the tape down and record the voices and then speed it up, but we didn't have enough tape, and our tape machines only ran at 15 IPS or 30 IPS, and they were using such short pieces of tape that they'd brought in that we only had 15 inches per second as a choice. And so since we couldn't do the real chipmunk effect, I tried to use a harmonizer, and it didn't sound quite right. It just was too squeaky and weird sounding. So they didn't like it for the chipmunk effect, but they did use it for Lenny the Lizard.
The funny thing about Leonard the Lizard is that when we were recording that, we were using some sort of effect on the voice, and Rodney was in the booth with us, and he was supposed to say, that's Anby Davis on acid doing Leonard the Lizard. Coming up next, and we were just dying, cracking up. So there's an outtake at the end of 87, which is the funniest thing on the whole thing.
Hi, I'm Edwin DeShazo, and I was the sound engineer at Paramount Recording Studios in Hollywood for the recording of the 1987 Characters Christmas cassette. So in November of 1987, Frank Beeson booked studio time at Paramount Recording Studios to record a song, This Could Be the Night, with the Characters doing a cover of the Harry Nilsson song. It was originally sung by Henry Diltz, and Henry Diltz came in and sang and played banjo on the song. And we did the backing track, and then Harry Nilsson came by and he added some vocals to it. And then with leftover studio time and leftover tape, we put together the Characters Christmas extravaganza. I don't know what you want to call it. All their skits, their Christmas skits. And we used all what little tape was left over that they had brought in on their own accord. So after the Characters recorded the backing track for This Could Be the Night, we cut the band loose and they recorded Frosty the Snowman. So these sessions were a real treat for me in that it was the only time I ever got to meet Harry Nilsson, and the only time I ever worked with Henry Diltz, who's a very famous rock and roll photographer. Also, Rodney Bingenheimer was there. It was for his record. And there were members of Blondie, members of Dramarama, and all kinds of people. I think Mars Bonfire played keyboards on the track. And it was just crazy, the number of people, the hangers-on. And so it was really difficult, actually, to get work done and make something of this production. There were some crazy sessions, and when I listened back to the Christmas special part of it, I was really surprised at how good Frosty the Snowman sounded. I was pleasantly surprised.
being videotaped right now?
Yes.
He's been filming the clock. He's been filming the clock, waiting
for Harry to come, actually. I said to myself, when is Harry going to come?
Oh.
That's cool.
Wendy here. How you doing? I'm the one that jumped over the fence. Chris. And Chris. Yeah, we could do that skit too.
You know I'm wondering that because I know there's another track. There's always another track. So these things say V, they're for vocals. You know what I mean? See these things say drum. How can you rationalize 9 things that say drum in one way or another? I'd lose some of those. Get a live performance from a real vocal human being. How young man? Oh, I don't want to tell my mama about this night. This could be tonight. I don't want to tell my mama about it.
Let's boot. Lose the light.
It's a replacement for anything. I'm sorry.
Oh, look at this. Our special, a walk-in guest. It's Rodney Bingenheimer. Look at that. We just happened to be in the studio. Look at that. What's your question for him? It doesn't, this may start the whole thing, the whole tape out, maybe. It's going to start with the wind, and I'm going to go, our story opens, or something like that, and then, well, first we're cold outside, and we're like, I think this is the place. I'm not sure, is this where he lives? And you go, all right, open the door and slam it, and you go, what? Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll not go. And you. I was thinking. Say what's happening. Okay. Say what's happening like that, and we'll go. We have this tape that we want to give you, and you'll go. Yeah, slip it through the door, and I'll say, no, but it's us. It's the characters. And then you say, oh, all right. You're gonna say, come on in or something. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go.
So wind first?
Yeah, wind, and then Our story opens on a below-zero day in December. Oh man! Ooh, it's freezing. I hope it's coming up sooner. I don't know. I think his house is up here somewhere, guys. Let me see. There's a light on over there. Let me see. All right, I'll knock on the door. What's happening? Are you Rodney Bingenheimer? Yeah, you might say that. Well, we have a tape that we want you to listen to. I'll just slip it in the mail slot in the door. No, but it's us. It's the characters. It's us. The characters? Oh, wait a minute. Come on in. The new up-and-coming band. The characters are here. Hey. It's almost like editing, yeah. Somebody just say, let's Samantha Fox's picture, Jim. Yes. So is that cool, Edwin, or not?
We have one character, but I have no character.
Now the main thing is this. Here's where I want to be brought up. Wait. Right there. Okay. Right before it's right there for the characters, so that it starts fading up a little bit, and then you hear like, and we're the characters, and you're big head for the characters, and all the screaming, and then we talk. Thank everybody.
And
that comes later.
Should we go to the end of the song and go at 15 IPS for the rest of this stuff?
Well, yeah. The thing is, this is going to be like a montage of stuff. So, in other words, the way that the guy did it. What's that?
How long?
Well, it all depends. See, that's why we can use the whole tape itself is going to be 15 minutes.
Grecco.
But the thing is, the way he did it last year was.
Okay, is the song set?
I'm going to get some footage and I'm going to go hit the sack.
You going to go to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty late. It's almost 3.
Let's see if you're alright.
Yeah, you can. It's all faded out.
Okay. See, the thing is, because what we're going to do is, what order that we record this in is not necessarily the order that it goes down to that mix down tape. You know what I mean?
Right. How about you, sir? When does that get?
Well, we'll see. Gary.
No.
Gotta get.
No, I'm kidding. No. Well, we'll do it. We'll do it Sunday. Hey, that was pretty good. Wait a minute. Didn't I see you on Saturday Night Live?
Saturday Night Live.
Church chat?
Yeah, I saw him in the Dream Academy.
What's up, Rodney?
We just got, see, that thing took longer than we thought, so Chris is going back to New Jersey tomorrow. We got to get a couple of his bits on, all right? Hi, everybody. This is, the characters, blah, blah, blah. Big head, you know what I mean? Want us to run through it, go in there and show you what we mean?
Well, we don't have to do them all at the same time. We can put down the cassette, and you guys do that, or you can just do your thing, and we'll put the cassette in.
Well, the way we did it last year, I don't know why we did it this way last year, but the way we did it was, in other words, like there was the same type of thing. There was like we said something like, "Hi, this is the characters," and then hooray, a big crowd thing. If you know what I mean.
And it was done right at the same time.
Right? Yeah.
And he didn't release it for a number of years.
She's only 17. She's already publicising a monkey style group called the Characters.
Who did that? That was cool.
That was from Alison Rangel in
Radio
England.
Free England. Yeah. We got some press on
So
English radio.
we've got English airplay. 4 discs.
That's Mickey? That's Mickey. Are you serious? Yeah. You're kidding.
It's just a...
Hi, everybody. This is Danny.
Hey, this is John.
This is Larry.
And this is Chris.
And we're the characters.
Thanks a lot. All right, Ron.
Thanks.
All right, that one wasn't so good. I don't think it's getting any better. That's pretty good.
Well, why don't we save that one and try one more time? What's that? We'd like to say thanks to everybody though for coming out to all our shows and sending us all those cards and letters.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now I'd like to turn you over to John. Here we go, John.
Happy holidays, everyone. Just like to especially thank everyone for coming down to the show.
We felt at home. We also felt at home.
We also felt other places also.
All right. Fade it there, Charlie. We'll have to come up from that because it was getting dull. You think we can come up from there or not? That wasn't too good. Not too bad. Let's hear that back.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. This is Danny.
Hey, this is John.
This is Larry.
And this is Chris.
And we're the characters.
I know.
Hey,
my God, it's all happening.
do you know Santa Claus, Rodney?
I know everybody.
Do you think he could get me like a new Rickenbacker guitar?
Oh man, I'll jot that down here. How about that Samantha Fox CD? All right.
It sounds cool in the background. Like he won't let us in. Yeah, leave it running. John doesn't like the way I said the below zero thing. He wants me to change the words. Oh, how about this? Wait. How about this? We'll go like this. We'll knock on the door and I'll say, "Are you Rodney Bingenheimer?" And he'll say, "Could be." And I say, "Can we come in?" And he'll say, "Just put the tape in through the door." I say, "No, it's not about that. We want to know if you know Santa Claus. It's the characters. You know what I mean? Because that way, all right." So just put the tape through the door. I'll say, "No, it's not about that." You know. You say, "Oh, the characters. You know, I know you guys." Okay, that'll be cool. Because I was trying to think.
Rangel also.
That's the reason I didn't want to keep that old one because it didn't make sense about put the tape through the door.
Yeah.
And then it's like then we Bush. That's all the things we have to say. All right, here we go.
Drama rolling.
No. These are just silly sayings like Mac, Bush. Kind of busy right now, and fabulous. That's all these things are like. Permanent smile. Our story opens on a freezing cold day in December. Man, I hope this house is coming up pretty soon. Man, this button on my jacket, and I wore sneakers today. It's really freezing. Wait, I think that's his house up there. I see the light. Hold on. All right, here, let me knock on the door.
What's happening?
Are you Rodney Bingenheimer?
Could be.
Let me try knocking on this door here.
What's happening?
Are you Rodney Bingenheimer?
Just slip the tape under the door.
No. We're not here about that. We want to know. It's the characters. We're the characters.
The characters? Man, I'm just listening to you guys on my tape machine right now. Here, come on in.
Thanks, Rodney. What's going on? Listen, do you know Santa Claus?
I know everybody.
All right. Listen, do you think he could get me a new Gibson guitar?
A new Gibson guitar? I think that could be arranged. Let me jot that down.
I could use that new Samantha Fox picture disc.
All right.
I need a new bicycle to get around town, Rodney.
Yeah, man. Swing that.
I need a new snare drum.
I like an old '67 Falcon.
Hey, I can dig that.
I could use a VCR too.
I need a new
Sonny and Cher album.
Yeah, I can give you that personally.
How about Marilyn Monroe posters? Tell Santa I want some Marilyn Monroe posters.
All right.
Want me to tell him that?
Yeah, tell him that.
Okay.
Oh, I need plenty of things. I could use a new toothbrush also. I need a 4-track.
I need some socks.
I need some work boots.
Hey, why don't you guys sit down here? Let me offer you some hot chocolate, some iced tea.
Yeah.